Hi there, Sensei Victoria Whitfield here from victoriawhitfield.com for your weekly love letter. And we are continuing our discussion of more love and more money, inviting authentic abundance into our lives. Hashtag MLMM. I had an interesting conversation with one of my students today, and she inspired me. The spirit in her inspired the spirit in me to talk to you about self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is the number one thing that stands between you and your desired future. Who's your worst enemy? That's right. I am my own worst enemy. It's the self-sabotage that always kind of kicks us in the butt as we're trying to make our way forward. It's, oh, I'm really excited to take this new step and I'm not going to do it. Or I'm going to go on Facebook instead of call that person back. Or I think I'm just going to watch just this one episode of CSI before I go to the gym. This turns into 5 episodes or more, right? There's just self-sabotage. Why? Why do we sabotage ourselves when we're getting this close? When the next step is so clear, right? Especially when the next step is clear, when we know exactly what we should be doing, right? In a previous video we said that you know what you should do. Suddenly, instead of walking forward, you stand in your own way. First off, be kind to yourself. Always. Hashtag BK2YS for all of my tweeters out there. Be kind to yourself because change is always hard. Why? Because we're moving from one identity and one paradigm to a whole nother identity and paradigm. Internally, whenever we make that shift, your ego tries to protect you. Don't hate your ego. There's nothing wrong with having an ego. It serves a purpose. Honor your ego instead. The purpose of your ego is to protect you. Just like the fat on our bodies. Just like our angry reactions. Just like anything that's kind of creating resistance is to protect you. Honor that. See the love. See the love first. So your ego will rear its head up and say, hey, wait a minute. I know if you say what you're about to say to this person, they're going to hear you and something's going to explode. Probably your emotions or theirs. Or something else. But there's that warning system that goes off and pulls you back. That system, seeing the love in that, pulls you back to center, and it was designed for you to keep you safe, especially when we're more animalistic beings, being out in nature where we could get eaten by, a wolf or a bear or something out there, or we could get struck by lightning because we're just out. The ego is there to protect you, to be your first response system to say, hey, there's danger ahead. But here's the thing. If it's something good, for example, maybe you're about to get married to someone who's really great, or maybe you're about to accept a new position or apply for a new position in your career. Or perhaps you've been presented a big opportunity to speak or to do a retreat or go away and travel. And then there's this wonderful positive thing. And there's the internal, I'm gonna eat my feelings, or I'm going to run away and go travel instead of, tell this person how I feel, or, there's this escape response that comes up in the face of something actually good, but will require some work and commitment to you. That event is self-sabotage. So why would the ego be coming up in the face of something big and good? Again, it's trying to keep you safe. It's trying to keep the previous identity, the comfortable identity, that persona that you have come to identify with, single person, person working at this job instead of working there, or person making $30,000 rather than person making $100,000, right? Or world traveler rather than homebody, right? High schooler versus college goer. The previous identity is being threatened. The ego protects the status quo, protects your identity. So this is where we need to make a decision of which identity do you want to identify with? Which persona, which paradigm do you feel would be the best vibration for you? And here's where I'm hearing this week's oracle card calling to me as to how can you make that decision of which identity is the right one for you. The oracle card's coming from Doreen Virtue's Angel Therapy deck. We haven't worked with it that much, but it's one of 10 decks and counting here at the dojo for you to come and pull. And so the question to the energy is where in the world do we find the ability to make a decision on which identity to choose when we're self-sabotaging? Do we go for the comfortable one, the one that the ego is protecting, or the opportune one, the new choice? Here's the how. Your heart chakra. Bright green and yellow card. Heart chakra reads, the answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. So I'm going to read the reading to you. The angels want you to trust your feelings. Your heart is wise and it's calling for you to make important changes. Trust this wisdom as it won't let you down. Every time you defy your inner feelings, your heart breaks a little bit. Repair your heart and your relationship with yourself by honoring your emotions. This is the how. Honoring your emotions is different than honoring your logic and thoughts. Just saying, I'm going to keep reading. For instance, if you're unhappy with a situation, it means that something is wrong and action is necessary. Ask the angels to give you courage and support to make healthy changes at home and at work. This card also calls upon you to open your heart to love. Perhaps you've been hurt in prior relationships and are guarded against additional pain. The angels assure you that they'll protect you and your heart, so it's safe for you to feel love and other emotions. The action steps that I'm about to read to you will help you follow through on all the angels' advice. And here's what she recommends. Go to a flower shop and purchase one or more fresh pink roses. If you grow them in your garden, that's even better. Carry one with you throughout the day, inhaling its fragrance frequently. Place one or more on your nightstand to benefit from its ability to open the heart chakra. When you can't carry a pink rose with you, you can use pure rose essential oils instead. In addition, wear a heart-shaped rose quartz crystal pendant, or place the crystal in your bra or shirt pocket in order to help keep your heart open throughout the day. The angels will also surround your heart with healing and protective pink light if you ask them to. This is a heart chakra issue. Self-sabotage. When we are afraid of taking action, and we still take action, is essentially what I'm hearing in the energy, especially coming from the reading of this card. So back to the scenario where, say you have this opportunity to get married or to take a new position, and you don't know what to do, so you start procrastinating. Procrastination as a self-sabotage behavior, or say stuffing your emotions, that's an action as well. Procrastination is also an action. It's your decision. Or to eat a bag of chips to stuff down how you feel. Remember, I'm talking to the me in you, so I know exactly how that feels. You do it in your car where no one can see you, right? Or late at night. Yeah, I got you. I love you. So that is a decision. You're still taking action in the face of the two possible identities that you can choose between. There's a need for more love. More love. Doreen recommends working with your heart chakra to help open your heart to taking more positive, loving actions and risks. Right? Be kind to yourself if you're self-sabotaging. You're in need of more love. Okay? Send me an email back, comment below with what's coming up for you. How are you trying to feed yourself false senses of security, okay, and false feelings of love and pleasure in your self-sabotage behaviors? I want to hear it from you. Email me back. I'm excited to hear how you may actually already be trying to show yourself more love, but it's in the cheap way, or the easy, quick and dirty way of like, I'm just going to buy some French fries instead of feel this loneliness and sit with it. Whoa. Okay, or, I'm just going to go out to the bar and try and meet some people rather than work on myself and come to terms with why my marriage ended. Or I'm going to throw myself into my work rather than take care of my body because money is more important. And it feels good to be at work, whereas it doesn't really feel good exercising. How are you doing these self-sabotaging behaviors in a way that makes you feel like you're being productive, right? What are you doing to feign loving yourself? It's a heart chakra issue that's coming up, okay? I'm here when you need me. Give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I can't help you if you don't reach out to me though, okay? Lots of love, and I will see you next week. Mwah. Bye.